They're fast, silent, and extremely lethal. Special Warfare Combat Crewmen are our nation's elite maritime mobility operators. But to join their ranks takes a special breed of warrior. For 37 weeks, SWCC candidates are pushed to their absolute limits, both physically and mentally, to ensure only those with a special mix of character, cognitive, and leadership attributes make the cut. We take you inside the SWCC assessment and selection process and their subsequent training to show you what it takes to become a part of the most exclusive small boat unit in the world. Welcome to SWCC, making an operator.
Down on your stomach. Turn away from me.
Completing the tour is not the end of the SWCC pipeline. The candidates now move into Bravo phase, known as training phase. Bravo phase is a completely different challenge than Alpha phase. Gone are the days of nonstop physical intensity. Instead, Bravo phase instructors act as teachers and mentors while guiding the candidates through the important technical aspects of the job.
Can you imagine your chest?
From now on, we're going to be dealing with weapons, okay? Small arms, then following up with the heavy weapons, culminating in live fire. Next week at the range, small arms, and after that, heavy weapons up at Camp Pendleton.
SWCCs are trained on heavy weapons and small arms. We train on small arms because not only do we operate our big weapons on our craft, but we also have missions where we may do a small boat interdiction or we may have to come off the boat. In order to do that, we need to be trained in small arms. Candidates come from all over the world. Some of them may have grown up in a place where they didn't shoot weapons. They start small arms with a very light understanding of weapons, and then we train them to a point where they're tactically moving and shooting at the range live with their teammates.
On my call, you'll draw, take 2 shots, scan, assess, and holster your weapon. Stand by.
As SOF operators, I think that weapons are inherently important to our job. You're not always going to have the heavy weapons on the boats, you're not always going to be on the boats. It's important to have this tool in your toolbox. Yeah, there is a very steep learning curve. It is a lot of information, but just like with any other course of instruction, there's a method to the madness. The curriculum is set up the way that it is for crawl, walk, run. We take our time with the candidates. We work them in depth, spend countless hours with them in order to get them to today we're actually on the range shooting.
You have to start using your brain again. You have to learn different ways to do different things, and that's what makes it all of a sudden difficult in a different way.
We just did a clear and safe, disassemble, assemble, and then clear and then malfunction check, and then clear and safe weapon. We just did that, and there are certain time limits that we have to meet and pass the first one.
A SWCC's primary weapons are crew-served heavy weapons such as 50 caliber and M240 machine guns and Mark 19 grenade launchers. To graduate Bravo phase, candidates must become experts on these weapons and learn their functions inside and out.
It's inherent that they need to be comfortable shooting and manipulating these weapons.
While the training and evaluations are still very strict, Bravo phase instructors take their time and walk the candidates through new information, ensuring candidates develop an understanding of the basic skills of the SWCC profession. Failure to perform still results in candidates being set back in training or even removed altogether.
Left, right. All right, so you did the procedures fine, but does it feel? When you racked it, did that feel like 2 good racks? Okay, so you did do it fine, right? You with 1 plate and 2 racks, but that doesn't mean it's always going to work. Like right now, I mean, look at you can come right here and look at your bowl. Yeah, that's all. What I'm saying.
The instructors are trying to train you, trying to shape you into a good teammate, because most of the time those instructors are going to go back to a team and you may be the gunner on their boat. So they're more focused on training you opposed to beating you down to see if you're tough enough.
During the pipeline, the average SWCC candidate will fire anywhere from 18 to 20,000 rounds.
Okay, so last week we started off with heavy weapons dry fire manipulation in preparation for this week as they get to the teams. Today is the first live fire day that we started here. We're focusing on safe weapon manipulation and also accuracy too. And you finally get to shoot the gun. That's why we joined the Navy, to do stuff like this, and here we are.
Having that amount of firepower at your fingertips, it's incredible. It's exhilarating. It's a rush of adrenaline. It's a lot of fun.
Talk me through jam feed procedure.
Run out of ammo, reloading. Racket back, safety.
No. That's a slap feed.
Oh, here we are.
Bolt stays forward, all right?
Once you finally start shooting these guns and you get out in the boats, it becomes real.
In order to be a SWCC operator, you have to be a jack of all trades. You understand the basic skills of special operations soldiering. However, you have to be a master of your craft.
Yeah, your engine oil, cooler. Moving on. No, when you're a SWCC, there's no mechanic out in the boat with you because you are the mechanic out in the boat with you. So you just have to be ready to complete the mission at all costs, which means, you know, fixing your engine, fixing your boat, making sure that everything's greening up and ready to go.
All right, so if your electric priming pump wasn't working, you can come back here and use your manual priming pump.
Here in the schoolhouse, we get very in-depth with every aspect of all the mechanics as far as the boats go. Our main job is to be, you know, masters of our craft and our equipment. If we're out there on a mission on the water and something breaks, something goes wrong, you have to know how to fix everything because no one's going to come out there and help you.
First, shift to neutral, shift to back flush, and then when you rev your throttles up, water will then again be going.
In addition to heavy weapons, a SWCC must be an expert on the water, not only piloting small craft, but also navigating and communicating at sea.
Navigation is a core skill of a SWCC operator. We teach them navigation at the baseline level, and then by the end of training, they're very good navigators. We also utilize state-of-the-art simulators in order to help the candidates get more repetitions before they get on the water, and it prepares them for navigating at night at the high speeds that we travel with our combatant craft.
There's long days of what they call drinking from a fire hose because it's just a lot of information you need to not only understand but be able to implement into action. The information doesn't slow down, there's only more.
Comm check. Seaman Chief, I have you, Lima Charlie, help me.
At the end of the day, this job isn't for everyone. Just because you're a physical stud and you can get through the selection portion doesn't mean you're cut out to be on a boat behind a gun. They need to find the correct people.
You have to think and act, and you think ahead all the time. So in my opinion, it's harder.
This is, I have you loud and clear, help me.
Some guys in class, they just catch on really fast. But there's some guys, like me for example, I have to work on it all the time.
For example, today and this afternoon, we're going to be going out. You're going to be running between 4 different stations on base. At each different station, you're going to be required to program different radios and get comms checks with other instructors on base. So it's just a culminating event of what we learned here in the classroom and now applying it to a more tactical environment.
We operate in remote areas all over the world. It's imperative that our candidates understand the core basics of communication skills, and they know how to talk on military communications gear, and then they move into more advanced gear when they go to the special boat teams.
Instructor, Seaman, radio check.
Comms is everything in a mission. And so if you're not able to troubleshoot, if you're not able to correct things on the fly, then you're dead weight. At least with this, at the end of the day, everybody can program a radio, everybody can troubleshoot a radio, everybody can make comms, so that way everybody can contribute to the team.
Go. Search your Seaman radio check.
Let go.
Are you in crypto mode?
Yeah.
After 7 weeks, the candidates are ready to move into the final phase of training, Charlie phase, known as the qualification phase. During Charlie phase, candidates learn intermediate seamanship and navigation, waterborne patrolling, and how to execute full mission profiles.
At which time we will set one either Charlie or Bravo in, and another one either here, depending on traffic.
Obviously a lot of improvement over the last couple of weeks since we've introduced the rocks roll. We introduced the op board. You guys can crawl, walk, run all the way through the whole process. Now you guys are here, you're going to go to your teams and you're going to continue to build these skills as you progress in your career, all right? So good job. You guys have obviously showed that you care and that you've worked real hard to get to this point, so I appreciate the hard work. All that's left to do now is prep for tonight, and we're going to go out and we're going to crush it, all right?
Once we pull lines, everything's just like second nature. We already know what to do. The easy part is actually executing the mission. Definitely. I definitely think everyone in this class is prepared.
Charlie phase culminates at one final test, a field training exercise where candidates plan a mission entirely on their own, brief it to their instructors, and then execute it using their knowledge of small craft navigation and piloting, communicating, heavy weapons training, and of course, physical and mental grit. The candidates set out to accomplish their mission, a mock rescue of a prisoner from hostile territory. After reaching their target, the candidates recover the prisoner, who gives them intelligence on the location of enemy forces.
The goal is to have 100% destruction of all VICs and personnel.
Sierra 6-3, this is India 54. We have visual of 4 technicals and 12 armed personnel at the target.
All boats, you are cleared hot and all targets to the south.
The exercise is a success. The candidates head back to base.
It's pretty bittersweet for me, I think. I really enjoyed all the people in the schoolhouse, and then learning everything was really good. But I'm ready to get back to a team, start learning like real stuff and putting everything I've learned to work.
Students make one more stop before they graduate. Survival training. SWCCs operate in denied environments all over the world in small teams. It's imperative that they have survival skills in the event they were captured.
So well designed. It's designed to make that operator at the end of the training. That's what this school was made for, and the instructors do a very good job at that.
With 37 weeks of training under their belts, the graduating class consists of only 14 candidates, down from an initial 45 who showed up on the grinder for day one of Alpha Phase. Upon receiving their SWCC pins, they will have officially completed one of the most difficult assessment and selection pipelines in the U.S. military.
Naval Special Warfare is highly reliable because we reinforce an uncompromising standard which you have met. Then today, we'll pin the SWCC Warfare insignia to your chests. Gentlemen, welcome to Naval Special Warfare and to the boat teams. Make us proud. I trust that you will.
When a candidate arrives day one, they may not know it yet, but they've just entered one of the most elite communities in the world.
Feels amazing, you know, we put in a lot of work to just be here, but you got to understand that's the start of our career. You know, it was a job interview, and now we got the job, so it's ready to, you know, get down and dirty and get to work.
Graduation marks the end of the SWCC training pipeline, but only the very beginning of their careers. Upon graduation, the new SWCC operators will be assigned to special boat teams around the country. There, they will operate as experts in clandestine insertion and extraction, utilizing their unique combination of capabilities with weapons, navigation, engineering, parachuting, and special operations tactics. They will spend years honing their skills to ensure the U.S. Navy's continued maritime dominance.
For the graduates here today, they'll look back on this training and they'll realize that every cold night everything that was hard, every evolution that they went through was completely worth it. If I had the opportunity, if I was in their shoes, I'd do it again in a heartbeat.